What if I told you a 17-year-old once stood alone in front of a city hall, clutching nothing but a handmade sign and a heart full of fire, and changed the future? Meet Maya. She grew up watching her favorite park shrink, trees replaced by concrete, the air thick with smoke. But the real challenge wasn't just the pollution, it was the silence. Her generation felt powerless, drowned in apathy and noise. Maya knew yelling wasn't enough. So she started small. Instead of protests, she created a digital map where anyone could report local pollution spots using just their phone. No rallies, no permits, just real-time data from neighbors. The map went viral. Suddenly, people saw the damage in their own backyards, not somewhere far away. But that brought pushback. Corporations tried to discredit her, calling her a troublemaker. Schools told her to focus on exams, not activism. And friends drifted away, uninterested in saving the planet. Instead of quitting, Maya transformed her obstacle into fuel. She hosted workshops teaching youth coding and environmental science, turning skepticism into skills. She partnered with local artists to paint murals inspired by the data, turning cold facts into vibrant stories on city walls. Slowly, her movement grew, not through slogans, but through connection and creativity. The city council, pressured by undeniable community evidence and a new wave of informed youth, passed stricter pollution controls. The park was saved, and more green spaces started popping up. Maya's story isn't about a single victory. It's about how one person's courage to innovate and persist can ripple through a community. What can you take from this? Find your unique angle. Don't just fight the problem, reimagine the solution. Build bridges where there's apathy. Use tools at your fingertips, whether tech, art, or education, to create change that sticks. And when obstacles come, meet them with resilience and creativity, not despair. Your voice, combined with action, has the power to turn silence into a chorus. So what's your handmade sign? What's your map? The future is waiting for you to show up differently. But Maya's journey didn't end with the city council's decision. It was just the beginning of a larger movement, one that grew beyond the boundaries of her own town. Inspired by her success, young people from neighboring cities reached out, eager to start their own maps, their own stories. Maya knew that real change required not just passion, but persistence. And so she built a network, a community of young activists, coders, artists, and educators, all united by a vision of a cleaner, greener future. Together, they shared tools, strategies, and stories. They organized virtual meetups, hackathons, and art festivals that celebrated environmental awareness and technological innovation. They developed apps that not only mapped pollution, but also provided resources for sustainable living, connecting people to local recycling programs, community gardens, and clean energy initiatives. The movement became a beacon of hope and empowerment, proving that technology and creativity could be powerful allies in the fight for environmental justice. Maya also learned to navigate the complex world of policy and advocacy. She attended city council meetings, collaborated with environmental scientists, and trained in public speaking to effectively communicate the urgency of their cause. She realized that change didn't happen overnight, but required patience, strategy, and the ability to bring diverse voices to the table. Her leadership inspired a generation to believe that their actions, no matter how small, could influence the policies that shaped their communities. The pushback didn't stop either. Powerful interests continued to resist change, using misinformation and intimidation to slow progress. But Maya and her network met these challenges with facts, transparency, and unwavering determination. They documented every incident, every setback, and turned each into a lesson shared widely among their community. This transparency built trust and strengthened the movement's credibility. Beyond activism, Maya's story is a testament to the power of education and mentorship. She made it her mission to ensure that young people from all backgrounds had access to the skills and knowledge needed to be effective agents of change. She worked with schools to integrate environmental science and coding into the curriculum, believing that informed minds were the foundation of a sustainable future. She mentored countless youths, encouraging them to find their own passion projects and supporting them as they faced their own obstacles. Maya's example shows us that innovation often starts with a simple idea and the courage to act on it. Her handmade sign was more than just a protest. It was a symbol of hope, creativity, and resilience. It reminds us that sometimes the most effective change comes not from confrontation alone, but from building new pathways, connecting people, and empowering them to see the world differently. So what can you learn from Maya's story? Start by observing your own community. What issues are silently affecting your neighbors? How can you use the tools you have, be it technology, art, education, or simple conversation, to make those issues visible? Remember, every big movement begins with a small spark, a single voice willing to speak out and listen at the same time. Don't be discouraged by resistance or indifference. Instead, see them as opportunities to innovate, to find new ways to engage and inspire. Collaboration is key. Seek out allies, build networks, and share your journey openly. Your story might just be the catalyst someone else needs to take the next step. And when you face setbacks, remember Maya's resilience. Each obstacle is a chance to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. Change is rarely linear, but persistence and creativity can carve new paths where none seemed possible. Ultimately, your handmade sign and your map don't have to be literal. They can be any form of expression or action that reflects your unique perspective and talents. Whether it's developing a new app, organizing a community garden, writing a compelling story, or teaching others, your contribution matters. The future is not predetermined. It is shaped by the choices we make today and the courage we have to stand up for what matters. So look around you, find your cause, and show up differently. The world is waiting for your voice, your vision, and your action to turn silence into a powerful, lasting chorus of change.